Welcome to Trends on Thursdays, where I tell you about the trends I discussed with my clients this week. This week I'll talk about Facebook's F8, Messenger, Google My Business, and Generation Z. First up, Facebook just announced what's happening next at F8, their big developer conference, and the two changes that you really need to know about are these. The news feed will be prioritized much different, focusing on communities and relationships. The direct impact will be a shift away from page content in favor of friends, groups, and events. Think of it this way: what you may engage in with others will bubble to the top of the feed. This is even more true than before, when engagement, likes, shares, comments were the gold standard. I've said it many times before, the biggest caveat with Facebook and any social media is that you don't own the platform. So it's always wise to try to move people into your own domain. Email list, website, bot, whatever it may be, as long as it's owned by you. While we're at it, you can pretty much get ready for Facebook and Instagram to turn into a full e-commerce interface with payment processing and clickable posts. If you have money, they will take it, and if you have some to sell, they will help you sell it. Next up, Facebook F8 conference as well. With Facebook becoming more conversational, Messenger is basically turning into its own social media platform of sorts. Perhaps competing with Snapchat more than ever, if you can call it that, because Messenger has like 5 times more users. But there is an updated look, highlighted friends, stories, and enhanced Messenger bot functionality for your business. Bots, of course, something else that I've been discussing for months now, and they are becoming more and more relevant every day. The not so cheap and just as functional version is, of course, remote chat services. I just connected the Messenger feed for one of our clients to their 24-hour chat support, and customers love it. Anyways, back to bots. For small business, they are still lacking the AI functionality that some of the big companies are ponying up. But even a choose-your-own-adventure style bot can deliver information around the clock and is surprisingly easy and inexpensive to set up and super convenient. And speaking of chat, since stories are getting a chat sticker soon, that might before long lead to the same app. It wouldn't hurt my feelings because it would unify so many things, so perhaps Instagram one day will go to Messenger. Next up, Google has some new things in store as well, expected to be announced at their May 14 Google Marketing Live event. I expect them to announce, amongst other things of course, that they will beef up their Google My Business program in the coming months, and I would suggest you get ahead of the curve now. They have all the resources and data to give their second biggest competitor, which is Yelp, a run for their money. If you ever want to look at Yelp as the underdog and not Satan. But all joking aside, people don't care for Yelp because their review system seems flawed at best and all geared for making some kind of upsell. But sometimes that upsell is well worth it, depending on how much traffic your Yelp profile gets. Google probably won't be upgrading their end for free either, so we'll have to see what happens there. Right now, 64% of consumers say that they will check a company on Google versus 45% that check Yelp. I guess some of them probably check both. Interestingly, half of reviews are 5 stars and 16% are 1 stars on Yelp, in case you were wondering. One more, Generation Z is generally defined as being born somewhere between 1997 and 2000 up to 2010 or so. And as you can tell, generational boundaries are not always exact. But fuzzy or not, they have a spending power of almost $150 billion annually. They haven't quite developed a strong loyalty as to where they spend their money or where they store it, meaning banks and financial service providers still have some time to figure out how to make them their customers. Loyalty bonuses and cool swag might go a long way. Cash App just released this brand new black Visa card that looks really cool and has your signature on it. The lack of brand loyalty shows, by the way. I had a conversation with a borderline millennial Generation Z the other day who told me that multiple brand toothpaste should be against the law. Gave me a good laugh, but it also shows that growing up Crest isn't enough to raise Crest kids anymore. Well, that's it for this week's trends. Please share this with somebody that might find it useful. Until next week, I'm Tobias Wilhelm.